All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. There's Diego. We got people waiting, and I got my Mountain Dew out of the fridge, so I have Mountain Dew. Thanks to everybody for Mountain Dew super chats. And this talk about the. Are you guys planning your K1 visa expenses? Are you planning your expenses? Do you know how much the K1 visa costs? And do you know how much the visa costs once you get to the embassy? And then you got to think about plane tickets, right? You got to plane tickets. You got to get plane tickets from your beneficiary's country, whichever country that is, and the further away she is or he is, the more expensive it's going to be. And then when you get to the United States, you got to pay for the adjustment of status once you get married. You got to pay for your wedding. You got to pay for your engagement or your honeymoon if you have a honeymoon. You got to pay for if you do a repeat medical exam. You got lots of expenses involved in the K1 visa, and then the marriage, and then the adjustment of status. You got to pay for the adjustment of status. You got to pay for the biometrics. So what I recommend you do is sit down and write a list of all the things that you got to pay for. You got to if you have one beneficiary, you got to pay for one visa. All right. If you have, you're going to have to pay for plane tickets from the country of origin to the United States. Figure out how much it's going to cost for that. You may have to rent a car when you get to the United States to drive to wherever you're going to go. Then you got to pay for the adjustment of status. Write down the price of that. You may want to go on a honeymoon. Write down the cost of the honeymoon. You may have to repeat the medical exams. Write down the cost of that. Find out how much it's going to cost. Okay. So try to figure out what your total budget is. What from when you get the K1 visa and the passport to when you fly to the United States. J Dog, good evening. What's going on, J Dog? How are you? Kaiser H, hello Diego. Do you know how long does it take to set up the K1 fiance visa interview at the U.S. consulate in Mumbai, India? It takes anywhere from 4 weeks to 8 weeks. It all depends on how busy they are. How busy is the consulate? Kimani Young, hey Diego, will you have Mountain Dew at your wedding? Oh yes. Is the work authorization any faster? I think October is the key month. If I listened correctly regarding processing, the work authorization. Are you talking about the EAD, the work permit? You can apply for a work permit when you get to the United States. When you adjust the status for your green card, you pay for the green card, you pay for the biometrics, and you can apply for a work permit, and you can also apply for advanced parole. If you absolutely have to leave the United States while you're waiting for the green card to get processed, apply for advanced parole. There's no cost for those two documents, okay? It's free. Something that's free. Moroccan Life. Hi, Diego. What's going on, Moroccan Life? Juan Carlos Pata. Hi, Diego and Karina. Back in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, waiting on ready status in Bogota. NVC still sending bogus info about COVID. Yeah, disregard that garbage, okay? If you have if you have a visa being processed at the embassy in Bogota, Colombia, and you do an inquiry and they respond back and say the embassy's closed because of COVID, that is absolutely not true. It's a lie, okay? Karina called the embassy in Bogota and they said, come on, send the visas. We want them. The embassy in Bogota, Colombia sent me an email right here. I got it in my phone. They said when the MVC send RK1 visa package to them, they will process it once I schedule an interview. So if you are a beneficiary in Colombia, okay, don't worry. The embassy's open. The embassy's good. They're doing their job. The MVC is telling tall stories. What in reality, the embassy in Bogota is just busy. They're just trying to play catch up. Okay, that's all. Mr. Nahas, hi Diego, Mr. Nahas, my friend from Iraq. What's going on, my friend? GLK Dog 01. Hey, Diego, I got an RFE because I missed the question on if I've been convicted, but I answered it and returned it. How long do you think it will take? Well, it's going to take about 6 weeks, 4 weeks to 6 weeks. Okay? 4 weeks to 6 weeks. You got to pay attention filling out that I-129F, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Don't get an RFE. Just pay attention. Take your time. Go through the form very slowly. Look it over 10 times before you mail it to the lockbox in Dallas. Okay? But you'll get it. You'll get it. You check the box, right? GLK Dog 01, you check the box, right? So give it 4 weeks, 6 weeks, and then you'll get your NOA2 letter. Christopher Brown, good evening, Diego. How much over the 125% of the poverty level would be needed to totally avoid a sponsor? $2,000. If you make $2,000 or more above 125% of the minimum federal income requirements, you're good. You're good. If you make $1,900 over, $1,500 over, you're going to get an RFE. Immigration are not playing by the rules. The rule says if you are at 125% or greater of the minimum income requirements, you're good to go. But you're not good to go. If you are if you are just over the line, if you're just $1,000 over, you're going to need a sponsor. So my recommendation is if you make $2,000 a year more, above 125%, you should be good. Okay? Just from what I'm seeing. Kaiser H. Diego, do you know that the U.S. consulate in Mumbai, India, do allow this petitioner to attend the K-1 visa interview with the beneficiary? I think so. I think they're permitted. Yeah. But it depends on how busy is the embassy. If the consulate in Mumbai is way worked, if they got too many people lined up for interviews, then no. You just sit outside and wait. If there's hardly anything going on, all right, they might let you in. Diddy Von, hello Diego. I finally got my ready status, high five, but no invoice number or welcome letter. Can I still pay the visa fee and schedule the interview? Yeah, you should be able to. If you have ready status, that means, here's what I would do, Diddy Von. Email the embassy, send them an email, identify who your beneficiary is, and say, look, my beneficiary, this is the name, the passport number, date of birth, case number. Tell them I need the invoice number. Where's my invoice number? Ask them, where's my welcome letter? Send that email to the embassy, and then print that email as proof of communication with the embassy, and wait and see what they say. They may respond back with the information that you need. Okay, see what happens. But you can try and process the visa, sure. If you have ready status, go ahead and try and submit the DS-160 and pay the visa fee. See if you can schedule the interview without the invoice number. See if you can do it. Hitcham Algered, do we need to present I-134 at the interview overseas? Yes. Hitcham, you got to produce the original signed I-134, Declaration of Financial Support, the original. John Labatt, Diego and Karina Hola. Everyone, hello. Earlier, it was mentioned after a person arrives in the U.S., to go to the Social Security office and apply. Is this better than doing the adjustment of status? Well, John, you got to do the adjustment of status. It's mandatory. You got to do the adjustment of status, okay? In order to maintain, legal residency in the United States. You can go to the Social Security office and try to get the Social Security card early if you want to do it yourself. On my first K-1 visa back in 2016, that's what I did. But the immigration have created this new process where when you adjust the status, when you fill out the I-865, that form, they ask you, do you want immigration to submit your paperwork to the Social Security Administration to process your Social Security number? So this time around, that's what we're going to do. Okay, I'm not going to go to the Social Security office. I'm not going to get in line behind a million people. I'm going to fill out the adjustment of status. I'm going to check the box, please process Karina's Social Security number. I'm going to check the box that says, yes, I give you permission to give this information to the Social Security Administration. And then we'll wait for the Social Security card, the green card. That's what we're going to do. A GLK Dog 01, that was a cheap shot for USCIS. What was a cheap shot? Juan Carlos Powder, thank you, Diego. Yes, I called the embassy yesterday, and they confirmed they are open and processing K1 visas. Juan Carlos Powder. So you got to trust me, man. You got to trust me. When I tell you something, it's real. But good job on you calling the embassy, too, and following up. Good deal. Maybe the embassy will get sick and tired of people calling them, asking them if they're open, and they'll call the MVC up and tell them to quit telling stories. Beto Trejo. Hi, Diego. Just watching and waiting for my welcome letter. My fiance is from Santa Marta, Colombia. Santa Marta on the west coast, north of Barranquilla, just north of Cartagena. We have 80 days waiting. Yeah, but she's waiting in Santa Marta. Beautiful beaches, beautiful climate, weather's fantastic, the food is fantastic. What a place to wait in Santa Marta. But remember, she's going to have to fly from Santa Marta to Bogota for the medical exam and for the visa interview. So you got to plan ahead for plane tickets for her, a plane ticket from Santa Marta to Bogota. Okay? Everything's done in Bogota, all the processing. But Santa Marta, I've been to Santa Marta with Karina, and we went to Playa Blanca. Playa Blanca, we went there for the day. What a fantastic beach that was. Jacob Myers, good evening, Diego. What's going on, Jacob? Are you good? Are you not stressing anymore, right? You're good, right? 30 days away from me heading out of the USA. Okay, Jacob, you're counting days. Don't do that. You're going to get a headache. Hitchum, for Algeria, is it I-864 or I-134? For every country in the world, it's the I-134. GS, hey Diego from London. What's going on, GS, in London? John Labatt, so it's done automatic without going to the SS office. Thanks. Yeah, it's automatic. You just got to make sure you check those boxes, John, or it's not automatic. You got to give immigration permission to pass your information to the Social Security office. You got to give them permission on the adjustment of status paperwork. Make sure you check those boxes, okay? Maciel Martinez. Hi, Diego. I received NOA 2 May 24th, 2023. I have been waiting for my welcome letter for almost 4 months. On August 2nd, 2023, I sent an inquiry which they replied stating, the National Visa Center received your inquiry and the attached I-797 notice of action approval notice. However, we do not have a record of receiving your approved petition from USCIS. So USCIS still has your K1 visa sitting on the shelf at the service center. So you need to get in touch with USCIS and tell them to ship it to the National Visa Center. Maciel Martinez, 1.5 months later, I have submitted another inquiry and received the same exact response. What does it mean? It means that your visa is sitting at USCIS in the service center. What is it, California or Texas? Email USCIS, send them an email and say, hey, get my visa shipped to MVC. Juan Carlos Parra, thank you, Diego, for all the support. Let's hope the MVC get it together. So far, the MVC has only given us a case number. Yeah, that's all they gave me, okay? So we're going to say a salute. We're going to give a Mountain Dew salute to everybody who has a case number, right? Case number salute with Mountain Dew. Cheers. And this is a cold one, too. Now, let's see. So Maciel Martinez, you got to get contacting the USCIS and tell them to ship your visa out. Jacob, no, I need to count days. I'm good. Okay, well, no problem. GS, I have a morbid question. What happens if the bride leaves her country after issuance of K1 before they walk up the aisle? He dies. Does she get deported? Hold on a second. Hold on. Hold that thought, GS. Jeff Mantalk, high five. Thank you, Jeff, for that super chat. The salute. We're going to give a Mountain Dew salute to Jeff for the super chat, and then I'm going to get to GS's question. Thank you, Jeff Mantalk. Now, GS, your question is this. After the K-1 visa is issued, and before the beneficiary walks up the aisle and he dies, does she get deported? No, not necessarily. If you don't get married and because the sponsor dies, okay, he's walking up the aisle and has a heart attack or something, or or an asteroid hits him in the head from outer space, you can file paperwork. You have to get another sponsor in the United States as a backup, so you can stay in America and continue with your K-1 visa or with your green card processing. You can do that. There's paperwork. There's an eventuality. There's a paperwork for every eventuality. Okay, but that's not going to happen. Okay. And then GS says, what happens if she gets married and during the CR1 process he dies? So what happens if you get married and you're waiting for the green card? So you get married. Now you're waiting for the green card to come to your house in the United States, and your sponsor dies. You get a joint sponsor. You find another sponsor in the USA to sponsor you so you can continue the process for your green card. Okay? Immigration only care about the financial situation that you're going to be put in. Okay? If you're going to be put in a financial situation that's going to be difficult, immigration don't want to deport you. They want you to be able to stay in the USA. You just got to find someone to take care of you. Let's see. Tina, hello, Diego. My fiance says that the medical is set to expire on November 30th, the same date his K-1 visa is set to expire. What happens if we file the adjustment of status after November 30th? Nothing happens. If the K-1 visa and the medical expire November 30th, you need to be on a plane before the K-1 visa expires. You got to get on a plane and fly to the United States. Because if you don't, if the K-1 visa expires, forget about the medical right now. If the K-1 visa expires, then you will be denied entry into the United States. So you got to get into the USA before the visa expires. It's got nothing to do with the adjustment of status. The time frame on the K-1 visa is 6 months from the date of the medical exam, okay? So you got 6 months to use the K-1 visa. If you don't use it, you're going to lose it. So if you get, the adjustment of status has got absolutely nothing to do with the expiration date on the K-1 visa. Nothing. You get the K-1 visa. It expires November 30th. You need to be in the United States before November 30th. That's all you got to worry about. Then you get married within 90 days and adjust your status. You're in compliance with the visa. Okay? You got 6 months to use the K-1 visa. You got 90 days to get married. So use the visa within 90 days, within 6 months, and get to the United States and get married within 90 days. If the K-1 visa expires November 30th, you better be in the United States by November, I would say 15th at the earliest. Tina, would we have to look for a civil surgeon to redo the medical? I would. His vaccination, however, expires in 2025. Thank you, Diego. Yeah. Tina, I would get a second medical exam done and include it in the adjustment of status paperwork. Form I-693, plus the vaccination documentation. All right? You got to have it. You got to include that in the adjustment of status paperwork, or you're not going to get the green card. You're going to get an RFE. Marcial Martinez, what is the email for USCIS in California? I have no idea off the top of my head. I don't know. But if you have an online account with USCIS, you can contact them through the online account. And Jeff Mantalk, de nada, Diego. You're welcome. Thank you, Jeff, for the super chat. GS, thanks, Diego. You're good, GS. You're good. You're not going to be, nothing's going to happen to the beneficiary if something happens to the sponsor in the United States. You just got to get a joint sponsor and someone will continue the process. Diddyvon, hey Diego, I'm going to be using my stepdad for financial support. What info do I need for him? Okay, Diddyvon, he needs to fill out an I-134. He needs to get his last tax return, his last W-2, 6 months worth of pay stubs, and a letter from his employer saying where he works and how much money he makes per year. And you include that, put it in a folder, put that all in a folder, and you do the same thing for yourself. And that's the information that goes to the embassy interview. Okay? And then you use it again for the adjustment of status paperwork. Instead of using I-134, you're going to fill out I-864. Different form. 7 Angels. Diego, how are you doing, bro? Hey, high five. Doing great. Every day's good. It's a good day. Greg Nelson, concerning the interview, how many days before the interview do I need to update my I-134 for my beneficiary? Well, you don't have to. If your interview is like in 3 days and you got an I-134, she better have it already in her hand, ready to go. You got to get it to her. If her interview is tomorrow or next week or in 2 weeks, make sure she has the I-134. You don't have to update anything. 7 Angles, quick question. How much is a visa fee? I think it's $265 a person. I'm just guessing, but that's what I'm seeing online. $265 per person. K1 and K2 per person, okay? So you got to plan for the financial cost of this. So you paid $535 for the K1 visa process. Now, what's next? What do you got to pay for now? You got to pay for the medical exam. You got to pay for the visa interview per person. You got to pay for plane tickets from the home country to the United States. Okay, then you may have to rent a car. Then you got to pay for the adjustment of status and the biometrics. Then you got to pay for a honeymoon if you want to. I recommend you go on a weekend honeymoon or something for adjustment of status. Let's see. Greg Nelson, does she need my original birth certificate and my original divorce decree for the interview? Greg, she needs a copy of your birth certificate. You're the sponsor. A copy, certified copy, notarized copy if you want. And the original certified copy of your divorce decree finalized. Not a magistrate copy, the final divorce decree signed by the judge, stamped at the courthouse as a certified copy, signed in whatever, black ink with a purple stamp or whatever color blue stamp they use. You got to have the original divorce decree, okay, copy, certified copy. Now, the original divorce decree is going to be in a computer in the courthouse. What they will do is print a copy. What they do is they print it and they certify it as a copy. That's what you got to provide, and a copy of your birth certificate. GS, so if I cannot get a sponsor or show I cannot support myself, I'm kicked out. Yikes, that's scary. You got to get a sponsor if that's what you're thinking is going to happen. And PB just sent me some Mountain Dew money. Okay, I keep getting all these pop-ups, guys. Sorry about that. Let me get them out of here. PB, high five for the super chat. Shane passed her medical in Manila, Philippines, having a due to celebrate. So we're gonna give a toast to PB because his fiance, his beautiful bride-to-be, passed her medical exam. Salute to PB. Congratulations on that. That's a good thing to get through that medical exam. And GS, so if I cannot get a sponsor or show I cannot support myself, I'm kicked out. No, not necessarily. Not necessarily. The United States government isn't that mean, okay? If you made it to the USA and something happens that's out of your control, they will look for a way to help you. That would be the time to get an immigration attorney. That would be a good time. Angel Tate, you are 100% right, Diego. I watched a live today of the U.S. Embassy in Jamaica, and they said if the sponsor dies while both are in America, the beneficiary can find another sponsor. Angel Tate is just backing up what I just said. Guys, I know how this process works. Hang in there. The U.S. government will not kick you out of the USA if something happens to your sponsor, which is out of your control. There's a way around it, okay? Hitchum Adared, my NOA 1 is February 2023. When will I get the NOA 2? Well, I would say probably in January of 2024. And when will the interview be for Algeria? Well, I would say 4 months after that. 4 to 6 months after you get the NOA 2. Did Yvonne, and does it matter if he changed jobs recently? He is now a truck driver, but his 2022 tax is over 125%. Did Yvonne, he's good to go. You can change jobs, no problem. When you fill out the I-134, you just put down on the I-134 the new job, whatever he does. Tina, thank you, Diego. Appreciate it. I have a better, now you have cleared up the confusion for me. Great. Tina, yeah, you're good, Tina. Use that K1 visa before November 30th. You got to get on a plane and fly to the USA before that visa expires. Okay, before the medical exam expires is primarily. You got to do that. And then you got 90 days to get married. 7 Angles. Thank you, bro. You're good. GS is talking to Angel. Thank you. It's a concern because I will be surrendering everything in my home country and there's nothing to return to. No home, nothing. Okay, GS, that's why I just explained to you. The U.S. government understand that. And then you explain to, if something happens, you explain to the U.S. government, immigration, that what happened, and they will find a way for you to stay. They'll find a way. There's a waiver. There is a way for this to happen. You're good. Relax. Greg Nelson, are the tax transcripts the same as the copy of my annual tax return? Or is it something different? The tax transcript is the IRS certifying your 1040. So they're the same thing, but in a different format. The tax transcript is a certification from the IRS as proof of income. The 1040 is what you filled out and signed and dated and mailed to the IRS. My recommendation is to have both. The 1040 and the tax transcript, have both, okay? And that way, whatever the immigration officer asks for, you have it. When Karina goes to her K1 visa interview in Bogota, she's going to have my 2022 tax transcript, my 2021 tax transcript, and my 2020 tax transcript, my 2022 1040, 2021, and 2020. She's going to have those documents. The immigration officer, whatever he asks for or she asks for, she will provide, plus my I-134. Let's see. Greg, NOA 2, 7/14/23, ready status, 9/20/2023, Manila. Okay, so Philippines, that's good. Angelica, I've given up. Can't handle the limbo anymore. We applied in August and other people already have theirs who applied in September. Unfair. Well, everybody's visa is different. Okay, and Angelica, don't give up. People that applied in April of 2022 have already entered the United States. They've got married. They've got their visa. They got their green cards on the way. I'm still waiting for Karina, okay, to get a welcome letter. Okay, every embassy is busy. Some embassies are busier than others. Don't give up. That's giving up is that's not good. Don't do that. Just wait. Be patient. James Hyatt, I gave USCIS my original divorce decree for the K1. Was the K1 packet sent to the embassy for the interview? Yes. The K1 visa that you submitted to Dallas goes to the service center. They review it. You pass muster at the service center. They mail it to the National Visa Center. They get it. They check it. They look for mistakes and errors that could have been missed by USCIS at the service center. If there's no errors by USCIS, and then when the embassy gets unbusy, they will assign it a case number and flip it, ship it, fly it, whatever, to the embassy or consulate. That's how it works with the K1 visa. K1 visa process is easy. It's very easy. The K1 visa process is easy. Just got to wait. Patience. You hang out there. Hang out with us. Hang out with me. I'm waiting just like you guys. So let me see here. So the NVC will send everything to the embassy. Okay. But that doesn't mean you still have to take copies of your divorce decrees and birth certificates and all that other jazz. Hitchum, we need tax transcripts, copy of birth certificate, copy of divorce decree photos, and what else? Hitchum, I made a video on how to assemble your documents for the K1 visa interview. Check out that video, look through the videos, and I explained it all to you right there. And GS, never give up. Nah, don't give up. This is my second K1 visa. It's been a nightmare, right? But okay, it is what it is. You got to be strong. Angel Tate, congratulations to Pete B. Yep, good. Hitchum, for the interview, I made a video about how to assemble your documents for the visa interview. Watch the video. What was it, 8 minutes long? It tells you everything. Jeff Mantalk, Diego, how long after someone files their taxes will it take for the transcript to be available? It took 4 months for me. Okay. I filed my taxes, April of 2022, April 2022, April, May, by July of 2022, I could get I filed my taxes in April of 2023. And it took 4 months for my tax transcript to get available. So I got my tax transcripts in July of 2023. So 4 months about. James Van Skoda, a week after my welcome letter, I went online and had an interview date ready for me. There you go. That's good. Pete B to Angel Tank, thank yours. James Van Skoda, that was after filling out the DS-160 and paying for the visa in Vietnam. Thank you for your information. Yeah. So you fill out the DS-160, you submit it, you print the confirmation page of the DS-160. Don't forget to do that. Then you pay the visa fee. I think it's $265. Print the receipt for the visa. Don't forget, print the receipt that you paid for the visa. And then you schedule the interview, or the embassy schedules it. More than likely, you have to schedule it, but it sounds like they did it, which is good. Didivon, Diego, do you know how much it's taking to schedule interviews in the Dominican Republic? Just a couple of weeks. Some say 2 weeks. How can I check? Well, here's how you check. When you get ready status, then you'll know. The embassy's busy week to week, day to day. Some days, some weeks are busier than others. So when you get your ready status and you go to schedule your visa interview, you can check. You'll know how long it's going to take. You'll see it by the open slots. Jeff Mantalk, thank you. No problem. Hitchum, if the interview is in the summer of 2024, which year of tax transcripts I use because my NOA1 is 2023. Okay, so here, if you have a visa interview in July of 2024, I would file your taxes in January of 2024. File your taxes early as you can. Wait, when you get your W-2, your 1099, whatever, file your taxes in January. Okay, that will give the IRS time to process your documents and populate them into their computers. And then by the summer, you'll be able to get the tax transcript. All right, you got it? GS, thank you, Diego. It is 1:30 in the morning in London. Time for sleep. Good night, everybody. God bless you. GS, go to sleep. Don't stress this, okay? Once you get in the United States, once everything, if something happens, you're good. You can stay in America, okay? You can stay. Immigration will help you. They'll give you a process that you have to follow. Didivon, yes, I'll check with TMR. What is that? I'm paying the visa fee tomorrow. Thank you, Diego, for all your help. Much love from New York. Didivon, we love our friends in New York. I've been to New York City many times. I've been up to Statue of Liberty. I went up to World Trade Center when it was there back in 1985. I went up to the top of the World Trade Center. I've eaten dinner in Patsy's Italian restaurant in New York. I've been through Times Square. I love New York City, but in the summertime, not in the wintertime. In the wintertime, it's all frozen over. Hitchum, what is the interview? What is the interview in? Is it what if? Okay, what if? Not what is. What if the interview is in March of 2024, and tax transcripts don't come out in time? Then immigration will know that. They understand, and you bring your 1040, and you say I couldn't get my tax. Here's what you do: you apply for the tax transcript, and the IRS will send you a letter of non-availability. They'll send you a letter, no record. You bring that to the visa interview and say, here's my 1040. Here's where I tried to get my tax transcript, but the IRS haven't populated the data yet, so I couldn't get it. All right, that covers you. There is an answer for everything on this YouTube channel, your channel, guys. So did that help you? Did that help you? And yes, you're going to need your 2022 information. Get the tax transcripts from 2021, 2022, and then you won't be able to get 2023. So just send in a request, and it will come back, no record, and that's your record. There's no record. And you use your 1040. Diddy Von, I'm glad everything is speeding up. Yeah, everything's speeding up. I was worried because Dominican Republic and Haiti are having issues. What, is the Dominican Republic and Haiti fighting each other? Are they fixing to have a big old fisticuffs? Is that what's going on? I know Haiti has some political issues. It's unstable. Haiti's pretty unstable of a country. Dominican Republic, no. Dominican Republic are good. They're a very stable country. Hitchum, can I just use my 2021 and 2022? Yeah, you can, no problem. But you got to apply for your tax transcripts for 2023, and the IRS will send you a letter saying there's no record. Okay? Got to show proactive effort. Angel, do you mind if I put clips of your videos on TikTok so others can hear yours and subscribe? Sure, if you want, Angel, take. This is your YouTube channel. Use it however you want. Okay? I'm doing this for you guys, okay? I know how to process a K1 visa. I've done 2. I know how to process a spousal visa. I've done 1, okay? And Karina, we were walking around Villa de Leyva in central Colombia, a very historic part of Colombia, and she told me to get busy doing something because I was in Colombia for almost a year not working. So I put the channel together because Karina came up with the idea, and here we are. If you want to chop up the parts of the videos, edit them in YouTube, you have my permission. This is your channel, guys, okay? Now, I don't care too much for TikTok. Honestly, I would never use TikTok myself. No disrespect, but you know, I don't trust the company that runs it. It's, you know, but that's another story. But you can use the videos however you want. Greg Nelson, I'm ready. All right. I guess I wait for the welcome letter before paying the visa fee. No. If you have ready status from the embassy, email the embassy and say, hey, I am seeing ready status. Ask them, what do I do? And then they will send you an email with directions on what to do. If the embassy is not too busy, they'll get back with you in a couple of days. Tina, Diego, how long must we file for the AOS from the date that we marry? Is there a deadline for the adjustment of status? No, Tina, there's not. But here's what I recommend you do. File the adjustment of status within 90 days of getting into the United States and getting married. You are under an I-94 entry permit, I guess you call it, for want of a better word. You have an I-94, okay? That's a 90-day permission slip to be in the United States. If you can adjust your status within 90 days before the I-94 expires, guess what? You're going to get your green card this much quicker. You get your Social Security card this much quicker. You'll get whatever it is you need, the work permit, advanced parole. You'll get it quickly if you submit a strong package. But if you wait for 4 or 5 months after you get married to submit the adjustment of status, immigration is not going to hurry up and help you process the green card. You could be waiting for a year for your green card. If you're not in a hurry, they're not in a hurry. If you show proactive, boom, attention to detail, boom, get it done within 90 days, boom, guess what? Immigration's going to want to help you. All right? Listen to me. The quicker you get it done, the quicker you get the green card. If you're not in a hurry to get your green card, immigration's not in a hurry to produce it. Let's see. Let me see. I don't want to miss anybody's question. Jeff is talking to Hitchum. Greg, I answered that. Tina, Christopher, you're rolling today. Went live twice today. Yeah, I had so many questions. I just did a live stream this morning. I mean, it was much easier for me to answer your questions on the live stream than to be writing everything. And I don't mind writing everything, but it's quicker this way. Didivon, something like that. They want to push in Dominican Republic border. There's a little rifled up down there. Well, the Dominican Republic has got a good army, right? They got a good military. They can protect their frontier. They got good immigration. They got good immigration, border patrol, everything. They'll be all right. Dominican Republic's okay. It would be a bad idea for Haiti to invade Dominican Republic. Let's see. Hitchum is the Algeria K1 visa website. It says I-864, not I-134. Can you check and see? Okay, Hitchum. Here's what you do for Algeria. You fill out the I-864 and the I-134, and you bring them to the embassy interview. Now, the I-134 is used for the K1 visa. The I-864 is used for the green card. You are not applying for a green card. You're applying for a K1 visa. Okay. Now, if you are married to somebody from Algeria and you have a spousal visa and you're going through an IR1 or a CR1 visa, then you bring the I-864 to the interview, not the I-134, because you guys are already married. So it's considered an immigrant visa right off the bat. So what will happen is the embassy will process your green card using the I-864. But you're in a K1 visa, you're a fiance visa. So you bring the I-134. So the embassy website, there's an error in there somewhere. Okay, now, what I would do to cover yourself is to fill out the I-864 and the I-134, bring both to the interview. Okay, but they're going to ask you for the I-134. All right, got it? Didivon, yeah, I don't trust TikTok either. Just reading the terms of agreement is crazy. Okay, TikTok, I would not go on TikTok. I will never make a video on TikTok. I'll never use it. I'll never subscribe on it. I'll never get on it. I don't want to be on there, okay? I don't want the communist Chinese getting access to my phone and access to my computer and all that. If you have TikTok on your phone or on your computer, okay, you have opened up a door to the communist Chinese government. You have. I won't do that. And I'm not going to use TikTok. And that's just my opinion, okay? If the communist Chinese government's watching my video, get over it. I don't trust you guys. Let's see. Tina, I see, Diego. The earlier the better for the adjustment of status. Yeah, get it done within 90 days. Get it done within the I-94 before the I-94 expires. You get your green card. Quick. Hannah 101. Hello, I got my NOA2 September 6th, but I am moving. Do I need to change my address with USCIS? I'm not sure how to get my address updated with the MVC. Okay. Do you have your NOA2? Yes. You got your NOA2 letter. You're good. So you're going to have to change your address with the National Visa Center through an online inquiry. Say, dear USCIS, dear MVC, this is my new address. Okay. Go on and then go into your USCIS case status online and change your address there. But it's not a good idea to change your address in the middle of an immigration process. It's not good. I wouldn't do it. But if you did, you did. Send an inquiry and go online, go to your USCIS online account and change your address there. John K. Hi, Diego. When my fiance received a welcome letter from the embassy in Phnom Penh, in the packet 3 instructions link they provided was a dead link. Okay, email the embassy and ask them for directions. Send them an email. Check the link. Make sure that maybe there's a period on the end of the link. You got to delete the period. Don't use the period. Get rid of that. Look at the link. I ended up finding the link myself. When I emailed the embassy 2 weeks ago, they responded. Should I be concerned about their lack of response? No, they're busy. They're busy. Greg Nelson, I cannot find the email for the Manila embassy. It is nowhere to be found. Does anyone know where it is? Somebody knows the embassy email to Manila. Give it to Greg. I made a couple of videos about the U.S. Embassy in Manila. Maybe go find those videos, watch the videos, and you can probably find the email address in there. Paolo Kimani. Hi, Diego. Nice to hear from you. Hello, Paolo. How many cases are there before the 9th of December, 2023? Paolo, I don't know. How many cases are there before 9 December? I don't know. We're not even into October yet. There's no data for that. No data. Daggy, hi Diego, happy Wednesday. Do you have any idea how long will it take to receive visa after the interview? 4 to 6 days. 4 to 6 days. And I got to give PB and my super chat folks, I got to give you a high five salute for the super chat. You're keeping me in Mountain Dew, guys, and I appreciate that. So Daggy, it takes about a week to get the visa. Once it's to get the passport back. Jeff Mantock, did the Dominican Republic and Haiti are arguing over a border river? They're arguing over a river. Seriously. Well, let them argue over the river and you focus on your K1 visa. They can argue and then you get your beneficiary out of there. Tina, if my fiance steps into the U.S. in October, we must marry and file adjustment of status before January 2024. No. If your fiance steps into the United States in October and you get married within 90 days, you can adjust the status whenever you want. But if you get it done within 90 days before the I-94 expires, you'll get your green card much quicker. Paolo, when can we expect for our next letter after filing our case on 9th of December 2022? You should get your NOA2 letter, Paolo, in November of 2023. Angel, Tay, okay. Oh, okay, I won't put you on there. No, you can put me on TikTok. You can edit the videos and put them on TikTok. It's no problem to me because the communist government has no way. They have zero access to my phone. Zero. They cannot get on my phone or my computer. Okay. Putting edited videos on TikTok from this channel, you can do that if you want to. Doesn't bother me. Okay. It's not, they're not going to get into my stuff. Your friends can see the videos, and help other people. I got no problem with that. The only thing is I will not put TikTok on my phone. I will not put TikTok on my computer. Okay. I don't trust them. Okay. But it's no problem for you to edit the videos and use them how you want. You can put them on TikTok. I got no problem with that. Expo edition. Hi, Diego. My fiance has been ready at the embassy in Casablanca for almost 2 months, and they are not responding to our emails to make an interview. I am worried. Number one, don't worry. Don't worry. You're in ready status and the embassy's busy. Okay. Just keep asking them. Keep trying. Go into the SIAC account. See if you can. Have you submitted the DS-160? Have you tried to pay the visa fee? Have you done any of that? Let's see. But don't worry. You're good. You're going to get your visa. Let's see. Diddyvon, Diego, what time limit does the K1 visa have? 6 months from the date of the medical exam. So when you have your medical exam in your country of origin, that's when the clock starts on when the K1 visa will expire. Okay? You got it? 6 months. And then if you have a K2, it's good for 12 months. So if you have a child on a K2 derivative, you can leave the child in, let's say, the Philippines for a little bit longer. They want to finish school, finish college, whatever. It's good for a year. Tina, high five. Look at you. Thank you for that super chat, Tina. Tina says, thank you, Diego, for the useful information. You cleared out the confusion for me. Well, that's good. I'm going to unconfuse you. Okay, the process isn't so bad, but immigration make it difficult. Immigration attorneys make it even harder. Okay, lots of people are trying to read the immigration website, and it's confusing. And it's like you got to have a PhD in business management and human resources to get through a K1 visa if you read their websites. So I put the channel together to make it simple, so you guys can get through this process the way you're supposed to. Stress-free, relaxed, kick back, no problems. Thank you, Tina, for that super chat. Okay, thank you. Diddy Vaughn, you got 6 months to use the K1 visa from the date of the medical exam. Alejandro Ray, man, you've been such a big help for me and my fiance. Thanks a lot for those videos. For these videos. We're still waiting for the NOA2. Alejandro, no problem, my friend. Good to hear that this channel is helping you. It's much better to be relaxed and you get your questions answered where you can understand the answer, right? Diddy Vaughn's talking to John K. Lucy May Torres, sir. Now I'm Diego. My dad is sir. Okay, I'm Diego. I got ready status from the MVC. Okay, that's good. Should I start the payment for medical and interview? If you have ready status, go into the SEAC account and try to see if you can submit your DS-160. See if you can pay the visa fee. First, you want to get your visa fee paid and your DS-160 submitted. Then schedule the interview. Then schedule the medical exam. My recommendation. Yeah, get on it, Lucy May. Daggy, I heard vaccination requirements varies from country to country. No. The beneficiary is required to take only vaccines requested by the embassy. Yes. So that wouldn't be a problem in adjustment of status because missing vaccinations. Yes, it is a problem. That's why I recommend you guys get a second medical exam done in the United States with an approved civil surgeon approved by the State Department. So that way, that doctor can look at your vaccination records and they will know what's required for the green card. When Karina gets to the USA, okay, I'm going to drive her to Pensacola. We're going to get a second medical exam done. I'm going to have the doctor look at her vaccination records, and he will make his decision on what to check on the I-693. A whole new medical exam. And then that is going to go in the green card application in the adjustment of status paperwork. Okay? I would rather pay for a second medical exam than get an RFE that slows down her green card by 3 or 4 months. I'll just pay. I look at it like bonus money for the doctor in Pensacola to get my green card for my beautiful Karina. Her green card. And Tina, thank you again for that super chat. It's really appreciated. Okay. Pao Ninmin Zen, I was approved on August 29th. Now I'm waiting for the MVC. Okay. August 29th. So let's say September, October, November. So probably by December, you'll hear from the MVC. Zen, got it? Expos edition. I reached out to my Florida senator. I have seen others get interview dates who are ready at the same consulate much sooner. Okay. So who's your senator? You're in Florida. You got 2 senators you can choose from. Senator Rubio or Senator Rick Scott. And I know both of them real well. They're both friends of mine. They're good people. Senator Rubio will help you. John K is talking to Diddy Vaughn. History Blitz. History Blitz is in the house, everybody. Okay, History Blitz. Diego, how are you? I'm good. Muy bien, gracias. We are moving out of parents' house. No problem. Which changes our address. Yes. Parents can still receive our mail. Should we bother changing it? No. Don't confuse immigration. Okay? if your parents are going to still receive your mail and get your mail to you, don't change it with immigration, your address. Change it when you adjust the status for green card, okay? If you change your address with immigration, the chances are that it's going to be a discombobulated mess. Just leave it like it is. But make sure your parents get your mail to you. Hitchum Algerid. I know people that got an NOA 2 8 months after NOA 1. Is that true? Probably not. Unless it was an expedite for military. If you're in the military and you're getting ready to deploy overseas, you can get an expedited NOA 2 letter. Angel Tate, what size and color envelopes does the NOA 2 come in? It comes in a white envelope, and it comes in a letter envelope. I don't know if I have, mine's in the back there. On the next live stream, I'll show you what it looks like. I won't be home for the next couple of weeks, but I'll ask my family to look out for it. Good move. Don't stop your mail at the post office. If you stop your mail at the post office and the mailbox gets full, the post office will send everything back to immigration. Let the mail keep flowing as long as you got somebody to pick it up. When I was in Bogota, Colombia for a year and a half in 2021 and 2022, okay, my friends picked up my mail. Every few days they drive by my house, they check on the house, they walk around the house, they pick up my mail, and they held on to it for me. When I got back from Colombia after 10 months, I had stacks of mail like this on my kitchen table because my friend has a key to my house, and he just leave it on the table. Let me see here. Lucy May Torres, thank you so much for everything. No problem, Lucy May. You're one of the reasons why we keep going. Don't give up, Lucy May. Don't do that. I hope everything works out for you too. Take care and God bless. Lucy May, Karina is going to get her K1 visa. Okay? When, I don't know, but she's going to get it. Okay? Immigration doesn't live in my head. I do not let them stress me out because I know she's going to get the visa. Okay? So just keep pressing on, keep going forward, don't give up, don't throw in the towel. Just be calm, be level-headed, and be patient. And you're going to be fine, okay, Lucy? You're going to be just fine. Daggy, I see few beneficiaries took 4 to 5 vaccines and improved their case by just sending the copy of the medical document from their native country. Some was vaccinated only, COVID, but not others. Okay, in order to get a green card, you got to have COVID. Mandatory. No COVID, no green card. Vaccinations I'm talking about. Get your vaccinations looked at by another doctor in the United States of America who is a civil surgeon, approved by the State Department, so that way you don't get an RFE on the green card application. Jenny, a history blitz. Does immigration come to check on us? They could. Immigration can, once you get married, okay, you get married in the United States of America, immigration could come to your house to see if you are living together. They could, sure. Don't worry if you guys are living together. But when you fill out the adjustment of status paperwork for the green card, you're going to put your new address in there. So you're not going to worry about it. James 1. Hi, Diego. What's going on, James? Jewel is in the house. Hi, Diego. Update from the Philippines. My fiance had his sputum collection done yesterday. 3 days of collection. He said there were hundreds of them in line. My friend's fiance was also asked to. So it sounds to me like the hospital in Manila, the St. Luke's Hospital Extension, has got a little racket going on. Do you have to pay for these sputum tests? Are they collecting money from all these people for these sputum tests? Is this like some kind of a pay-to-play deal here? I don't know. Expo edition. I have only visited once within the 2-year period, but I heard from others who were interviewed in the Casablanca consulate who were asked why they only visited once and were denied a visa. Should I go? Again, get on a plane expedition and go see your beneficiary. That's a reason, yes. If you haven't seen your beneficiary in 2 years and you've only visited with her once and you've got an approved NOA2, the immigration officer at the embassy could deny your visa. It's a possibility. Archor M. Archor, hello, Mr. Diego. Archor, my friend from Algeria. And how's Archor doing? Jewel, continuing. Come back for a sputum exam. I heard TB cases are rising in the Philippines. Sad. Yeah, it's sad to hear that. I'm sorry to hear that. Christopher Brown, you mentioned getting a second medical exam when Karina arrives in the U.S. However, wouldn't it be easier and less expensive to get the panel doctor complete a duplicate exam in Colombia? We're going to do that too. But the way to secure a green card is to have a doctor in the United States of America complete the medical exam. Immigration has more confidence in a doctor in the USA than a doctor in Colombia. John K. Diego, I didn't make a copy of the I-129F. Okay, don't worry about it. When I send it out, I understand that a copy maybe need to be sent to my fiance for her interview on November 30th. Not true. Do I need to send her a copy of the I-129F? No. John K., you don't. The only reason you want to make a copy of the I-129F is in case immigration lose it. What if you sent your K-1 visa package to the lockbox and then they send it to California and California loses your K-1 visa package? It happens sometimes. And then your check doesn't get cashed and you're waiting and and your check doesn't get cashed. They don't bill your credit card or whatever. And you email USCIS and they say, oh, we don't have your record of it. We don't have any record of it. So they lost it. If you have a complete copy of everything at your house, you can resubmit. Okay, you got to have original signatures, obviously, but you have the information to resubmit. So the I-129F, you keep a copy of it just in case immigration lose it. And then the immigration officer will use information out of the I-129F to ask your beneficiary questions at the embassy interview. So it's a good idea if she has it so she can study it, so she can be ready for questions. But it's not required at the embassy interview. Diddy Vaughn, what if I don't receive my welcome letter by the time the interview comes? I still don't have invoice number and it says the embassy is ready for me. I send an inquiry but plan on paying the fee tomorrow. Pay the visa fee. Pay the fee. Submit the DS-160. See if you can schedule the interview without the welcome letter. GLK Doggo 1. Hey, Diego, how long is embassy lasting to give you welcome letter? 4 months, 3 months, who knows? They're not being very compliant. They're just discombobulated, I think. I think they're overwhelmed with work. Jewel, no extra payments for the sputum test. Most of them were asked to come back for sputum tests. It's adding more delay since the results won't be ready for 2 months. Well, if you have active TB, it's not going to block you from getting your K-1 visa. You just got to get on medication that will turn active TB into inactive TB. The medication will surround the TB and kill it, basically locks it up. And then you become inactive. Then you take another sputum test, it shows inactive TB, and you get your visa. It's just unfortunate that there's a high cases in the Philippines right now. It's unfortunate. But it's not going to stop you from getting the K-1 visa. All right, guys, if you're in the Philippines. Salute to my super chat people. Thank you for the super chats. My Mountain Dew is getting a little warm, guys. Okay. James 1. Is Form DS 5535 needed for the K-1 interview? No. I heard some consulates were asking for it. Why would they ask for that? No, it's not. I've never heard of it being asked for. DS means Department of State. It's a Department of State form. Mariama Karoma. Hi, Diego. The I-130 latest version is August 27th, 2023. Okay. It is expired, so what should I do? Because I need to schedule an interview for next week. Are you talking about, what do you mean the I-130? Are you on a spousal visa or are you on a K-1 visa? If you're in a K-1 visa, you don't fill out an I-130. It's irrelevant. You need an I-134 for Declaration of Financial Support, and that expires in July. But you can still use the form. Mariama, are you in a K-1 or a spousal visa? Expo edition, I visited only once, February 22, and we got our NOA 1 March. I do work and don't really have time to visit again until the interview. We do video calls every day and have a lot of chat. Like, get on a plane and go see your beneficiary for a second time. Save your K-1 visa. Look, that embassy is tough. It's a strict embassy. Get on a plane. I don't tell your boss you got a family thing you got to take care of. Take a week off and go handle it. Go visit your beneficiary. Get pictures with her family. Get your boarding passes and your plane tickets and all the pictures and all the evidence of your trip, and keep it so you don't lose your visa. Tell your boss to pack sand, okay, in a very respectful way. You got to do this for her, okay? You need to go. Mariana Corona. This is the embassy in Sierra Leone. Okay, so in West Africa. Okay. Jewel, I sent a copy of I-129F to my fiance for reference and study for the interview and answer questions coming for the... Very good, Jewel. Good job. Very good. Mariana, I received ready status. Okay, in Sierra Leone. So you're very close to getting your visa. Jacob Myers, is everyone required to take sputum test? What, in the Philippines? I don't know. That's up to the doctor. The civil surgeon will do a chest x-ray, and if he feels like a sputum test is required from the chest x-ray, he'll order it. Probably not. If there's no evidence of TB in the lungs on an x-ray, they won't order a sputum test. Life in North Carolina. Hello, Diego from Greensboro, North Carolina. What's going on? North Carolina? Mariana Corona. Okay, I-134 is a declaration of financial support. It's not an affidavit. There's no such thing as an affidavit of support I-134. The form does not exist. It's nowhere on the planet. It's declaration of financial support, and it hasn't expired. You said August. It's not. It's July 31st, okay? You can use that form. It's still good. Life in North Carolina. Hello, Jacob. My Manila fiance is taking a sputum test in October. No problem. Sievi Srey POV. Diego, I checked my case status is in transit, but they said the interview date was provided by the MVC. What country? Mariama Corona. Even though it says it expired on August 27, 2023, is it okay? It hasn't expired August 27th. It expired on July 31st. I'm going to look that form up after the live stream. Okay, I'll get done with the live stream. I'll reinvestigate it for our live stream on Saturday. But you can use that form, and it doesn't expire in August. It expires in July 31st. James is talking to Jacob. Tina's talking to Jewel. Didivon, is K-1 visa immigrant or non-immigrant visa? When you process it through the SIAC, it's classified as an immigrant visa. If you got to click on immigrant visa, if you click on non-immigrant, you won't find it. You'll find B2, F1, F2, B1, but you won't find the K1. So when you go into the SIAC State Department account, you click on immigrant visa. Jacob, what I'm saying for the Philippines is that if no chest issues are they requiring everyone to take the test? No. Why would they? No. Only if the chest x-ray shows potential. Doctors don't issue tests for something that's not required. Jeff Mantok, is there a fee for the support affidavit? No. And there's no such... Okay, Jeff, listen up. At the K-1 visa interview, you bring the I-134 Declaration of Financial Support. It's a free form, no cost. When you file for Affidavit of Support, I-864 in the United States, you're going to pay for the I-865 and the I-864 and the 693, all combined together when you adjust your status. You're going to pay for the green card plus the biometrics. But there is no fee for the I-134 or the DS-160. Dope Punjabi, hello, I have a question regarding K1 visa. It's for India. And since they changed the portal, I've created the account, but whenever I close immigrant, it asks for DS-260. Okay, you only process a DS-260 for a spousal visa, not for a K1 visa. So there's a problem somewhere with the embassy. Yeah, it should be asking for a DS-160. So you need to go back into the portal and click on immigrant visa, not non-immigrant. Go into immigrant visa, okay? See if that works. Tina to Jacob. Tina's talking to Jacob. Fatayaya Alihe. My I-130 got approved on March 31st, 2023. But I still haven't received a welcome letter. Are you in a spousal visa? You don't submit an I-130 for a K1 visa. It doesn't exist. Mariama Karoma, you said they need the original declaration of financial support. How is that possible? Can I just email it? No, you can't email it. You got to, there's DHL, there's FedEx. You can get on a plane and hand carry it to your beneficiary. But you got to have the original form signed in black ink. Immigration, if you read the rules of the I-134, go into the uscis.gov/forms, read the rules for that form. It says the original form is required. Immigration will consider a copy. Now, what does the word consider mean? It means maybe. It means yes, maybe, yes, no, maybe. But if you have the original form signed in black ink by your beneficiary, dated and signed in black ink, you're good to go. Don't take the chance of going into a 221G administrative hold because the immigration officer says, I want the original I-134. Just go to the interview with the original I-134 in your hand, in a folder. DHL will get it to you. Which country are we talking about? Thievi Straight POV, Cambodia, okay? Cambodia in Southwest Asia. Dope Punjabi, correct. Whenever I choose immigrant visa and K1 option, but it asks for a DS-260. That's crazy. There's a problem somewhere because it should ask you for DS-160. So I told you the correct process, correct? You need to contact the embassy because you don't fill out a DS-260 for a K1 visa. You fill out the DS-160. Jacob Myers, you guys are kind of freaking me out with the sputum. Jacob, you already got your, has your beneficiary, has he had his medical exam? Jacob, yes or no? James Wan, on the Indian portal, it says 260, but when you print the appointment confirmation, it shows as a 160. So go ahead and type in your DS-160 number in that field. James Wan has given you a good answer. So go ahead and process the 260, and it comes out as a 160. That's the U.S. government at work for you guys right there. How confusing can that be? But we got, James Wan has unconfused you. There you go. Dope Punjabi. Aren't you glad to be on this channel? It seems like a glitch on the portal. It's a glitch. Absolutely. Mariana, Sierra Leone, West Africa. Okay. Yeah, you know, Mariana, you need to send the original, you need to have the original I-134 in your hand. DHL will ship to Sierra Leone. Let me see, Jacob, NA on the 10th. What is an NA? John K. Diego, I have excellent credit. Our credit report's helpful in addition to the I-134. Immigration is going to pull your credit report from your social security number. So if you have excellent credit, that significantly helps you, yes. But you don't have to print a copy of it. They're going to pull it. They're going to see it. They want to see the credit report will show, you know, whether you pay your bills on time. Mackenzie Owens, Diego, we just got our NOA2. Mackenzie, good luck, good job. Will the USCIS take 120 days to send to the NVC for everyone, regardless of embassy? No. You could be 60 days, it could be 80 days, it could be 100 days. We don't know. The NVC are not working very fast, or they're working fast for some and not for others. So it depends on how busy the embassy is. I waited like 150 days to get a case number, and I had to pull teeth to get that with 2 inquiries. And then I sent 2 more inquiries, and then they said that COVID closed the embassy down, which was a lie, blatant lie. I outed them on the lie, and then they sent me a 4th one, I think, telling me just to wait. So anyway, good luck, Jacob, from James 1. Mariana, you mean my beneficiary need to take original copy correct? Yes. Mariana, you can ask me as many questions as you want to, over and over, until you fully understand how this process works. You got to have the original I-134. Your beneficiary has to have the original I-134 in his hand, okay, or her hand, all right, the original. Send it via DHL or FedEx, okay. Go to the DHL office in town and ask them, do you ship packages to Sierra Leone? And they will tell you if they do, and I'm sure they do. I use DHL from Bogota, Colombia to, actually from Medellin, Colombia to Florida, I use DHL. From Bogota to Florida, I use FedEx. From the USA to Colombia, I use FedEx. Dope Punjabi, one more question. You sound like Lieutenant Colombo. One more question. Once the case goes to the NVC and the case status goes to ready, do they send anything? Yeah, they're going to send you a packet for directions from what to bring, what documents to bring to the embassy. They should send you an email. Jacob, did you ask when our medical exam was? Okay. Go to the medical exam. Mackenzie Owens. So before NVC gives me a case number, I need to make copies of my NOA 2. Is there anything else we should do? No. Just wait for the NVC to contact you now. Okay. And then when you could get the police certificates, you could get the documents ready, you could make copies of the birth certificates, divorce decrees, get the police certificates. John K, thank you so much, Diego. Last question for the night. Don't be telling stories now. You can ask me as many questions as you want. Our thank you letters on the beneficiary's behalf, along with the I-134, evidence of relationship, helpful to the consulate. Our thank you letters. Thank you letters from who? What do you mean, thank you letters? I don't know. Now, you can get letters of affidavit from family members, but I don't know what a thank you letter is going to be. But letters of affidavit, yeah. Mariama Karoma, thank you. Mariama, make sure, go to the DHL office in town where you live in America and ask them, do you ship to Sierra Leone? Find out what the process is. Start planning ahead for this stuff right now, okay? James 1, they should send packet 4. However, you can start filling out the DS-160, pay the appointment, and schedule the consular interview and biometrics. Max Medical Center in Delhi will allow medical screening. Okay, so you get the medical exam in Delhi, New Delhi, but the interview is going to be in Mumbai. James 1 with the K1 FTP, gotcha. Dope Punjabi would be beneficiary or petitioner that gets the packet. If both of you. John K, thank you. Letter to the consulate for considering us in the entire K1 visa. Oh, no. You don't have, you can, in the letter of intent to get married, when you write 2 letters of intent to get married, your beneficiary writes one, and the sponsor, you write one. As a salutation in the letter of intent to get married, you can say, thank you for taking the time to review my K1 visa package. Put it in the letter of intent to get married. Do not write a separate letter. Immigration have got too much stuff to do. They got too much to do to read thank you letters. Put it in the letter of intent to get married. Thank you at the very end. Thank you, U.S. Consular. for taking the time to review my K1 visa package. Put it there. Mariana, so the place of birth on his birth certificate is different from what I wrote on the K1. I made a mistake. Okay, so correct it on the I-134. Correct it when you help him with the DS-160. Okay, you can fix that. Dope Punjabi is talking to James. Teshalin's World. The Jamaican embassy send me packet 1, not packet 4. What is the difference? Okay, well, you got to read the pack. You got to read the information, and it should explain to you what documents you got to bring to the embassy interview. And in Punjabi, my status changed to ready for 14 days, and I've not received anything. Email the embassy. Ask him for an update. James Wan I'm talking about the medical clinic on Mumbai requires packet 4, but Delhi will do it with just the FTP. Okay, good information. Make sure you contact either clinics first and tell them you don't have the packet 4. So you have to go to Delhi to get the medical exam done with the FTP. Good information, James. You are putting out some good stuff. And with that said, I'm going to go make a sandwich. And Karina's probably going to call me. She's at her brother's house in Bogota. And she's watching the show tonight. Thank you guys for the super chats. I'll be back and for more live streaming on Saturday, 7 p.m. And today I did 2 live streams, okay? And I'll do another one on Saturday. See you then. Hang in there, guys. Don't stress this process, okay? Don't stress it. You got to relax. You guys, if you qualify for the benefit, now there's that gentleman that hasn't seen his beneficiary in for like forever. You got to get on a plane and go see her. Okay? You must do that. Okay? If you want to save your visa. See you guys on Saturday. Thank you, everybody, for joining us.